My dad died in his 50s, now after 40 years. My mom passed on, yes, now she's gone. I still see her through my tears. Dad bought us this piano. I played it every day. Now in this box of memory blocks, I find my father's play. For Women Must Work. Dad, it was a debacle. God, what made you write this play? All right, women in the office. Right. Okay, there were some men. Of course, the boss is a man, Charles Bowman, and Marion Kent, marketing manager of Holmes and Bowman. Marion. Were my parents arguing about her? Mom crying? Ah! Paul, you numbskull. At least Dad wrote a play. You talk all the time about writing a musical, and you never do it. He did it. And now, you're talking to yourself. It's always been a burning motivation. To write a Broadway show has been my lifelong aspiration. But Dad told me I didn't have the talent. The odds of me succeeding seem so slim. But I will prove to him that I can do it. Yes, I'll show him. Dad ran a business, but he loved writing, and I found parts of his script quite inviting. Could I use them to build up my plot? This is the only life I've...
My script. You found it. This is great.
Dad, what are you doing here?
It's time that you revive my play. The topics are still hot today. A working woman's life is a stressful one.
But Dad, I still can't believe this. You here. Am I dreaming? I don't understand this. You look so young.
And you look so old, but here we are. You've got one life, son. So it's time to get cracking on you revising my play. Hey, you got any showbiz friends you can get my script to?
Dad, before we do that, could we just talk? Catch up?
There's no time. I've been waiting 40 years for you to find my play, and it needs to be back on stage.
It might need changes.
What do you mean changes? The crowd adored it.
But you paid people to stand and applaud it.
That was just to get the audience going. My script is perfect.
The critics called it aimless, vignettes with no clear goal. And there was no protagonist with conflicts to control.
My characters all have conflicts. And the office, you recall, has ears and hears what's going on. The walls will tell it all.
What if the walls could sing instead of talk?
Singing walls?
Okay, well, screw up your courage. This is your chance. Yes, I'll set your play to music, turn monologues to song.
So they won't speak.
It's just a tweak to make your story strong. We gotta work on this title. For Women Must Work?
I adapted the title from a Charles Kingsley poem. For men must work and women must weep. For women must work. It's brilliant.
Well, that's a tough title for a song.
That's because it's not a musical.
Wait. Listen to this. Let me give it a try.
Yes, women must work. La 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 berserk. Do 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 rules the earth. Da 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 shirk. Women must work 'cause men are such jerks.
You are still a numbskull. This is a terrible idea. Shakespeare wrote monologues galore, but you would not call him a bore.
Dad, you're not Shakespeare.
I know, but I think it's a bad idea you putting music to my play. It makes no sense. I suggest you write your own musical and leave my play as it is.
What if this character, Marion, is the lead?
Marion? Oh. Well, what did you have in mind?
I am deflated. I feel frustrated. And is this stress that I feel simply
Well, that's not terrible.
There's one more detail. The boss won't be male. I'll make the head of the office a female.
Okay, now you've gone too far. Hardly any bosses in my day were female. And besides, my surprise ending depends on the boss being a man when it's disclosed that he's having an affair with his secretary.
Just you wait and see. And Dad, please leave the ending to me.
Look, son.
No, just go with me, Dad. Now, what if Charles Bowman is not the boss? Here's Charlene Bowman.
When I'm at work, I'm in command and always have the upper hand. I love to be the boss and have my say. My marriage has survived so far, it really isn't up to par. I'm looking to improve my life one day. All day obsessing, women must work.
I crave caressing.
All women must work.
And we have problems to solve that are pressing.
Forever stressing.
We must give it a shot.
Women must work, 'cause
This is the only life we've got.
Hi, Kathy. Time for that coffee. I'm dying for some cake. Isn't it anyone's birthday today?
Oh, well, let me see. It's William Shakespeare's birthday.
Does he work in our company?
No, Peggy. Sorry, just coffee today.
Time to take a coffee break. Got some time to be at ease. Drink caffeine, check out the scene. Time to chat and shoot the breeze. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, chit chat.
Hi, Peggy. You okay?
I'm fine, Harriet. Just tired. How are things going with you?
Harriet's scared that we'll be sold. Supports her mom who's very old. Always seems to be uptight and cannot get to sleep at night.
Have some dating someone I like?
Peggy's acting rather strange. It seems her life's about to change. Never tells us what is wrong. We wonder how she'll get along. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, chit chat.
Hello, Harriet. You were in early this morning. Didn't you leave last night?
Hi, Kathy. I got some extra work to catch up on. Why? Did Stanley say something?
No.
Marion! I am doing some extra work on the side for my uncle. He's a real estate mogul. Actually, he owns a lot of businesses. Construction, garbage removal. Anyway, I have to be careful. I cannot afford to get on Stanley's bad side.
Hey, can I get your uncle's number? I need some business advice of my own. Oh, and don't worry about Stanley. Stanley is the biggest ass. He hasn't got an ounce of class. Also wants to hold the keys, but those keys are Mrs. B's.
Marion's husband's on the road. That's where he gets his wild oats sowed. Heard he's having quite a fling. She knows it but won't say a thing.
Aren't you supposed to be getting married soon?
Please stop. You know very well that Joe and I can't afford to get married yet. At least not until he qualifies as a CPA.
Kathy, we never hear anything about you. Do you have anyone under wraps?
I like to keep my personal affairs to myself.
Kathy thinks that she's so smart. She likes to pick us all apart. Very confidentially. She's just a snitch for Mrs. B.
Harriet, Peggy, everyone, coffee break is over.
Mrs. B is cold as steel. She always wants to win the deal.
Kathy, my office, please.
We do not have any doubt that if she could, she'd sell us out. So we take our coffee break. Get some time to be at ease. Drink caffeine, check out the scene. Time to chat and shoot the breeze. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, chit chat.
Wow, you turned 40 pages of my vignettes into a little song.
As a matter of fact, I did. Now, I'm thinking of taking that character of Rosa.
Oh, Rosa! Now, she's one of the characters I didn't have to make up. Rosa's real, part of the Office family.
Well, then you're gonna love this.
I used to live on an island where nothing much could thrive. We had no work, we had no wealth, we struggled to survive. Then a cousin of mine went out boating and sailed far away. And then I heard, I got the word, she reached the USA. La 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 la, la 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 la. Soon the letters started coming, describing how they were free. She said, you must move here, my dear, the land of opportunity. She told us streets now paved with gold. She had an overflowing cup. She said, get right to the USA. You really will clean up. La 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 la, la 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 la. So I packed up everything I had and set out that very day. Now here I am, happy as a clam, cleaning up in the USA. I wash the mugs, I vacuum rugs. My hair, it's turning gray. My arms are breaking, my back is aching, cleaning up in the USA. So this is something I must do till I can find a way to really start my life anew and clean up in the USA. Bowman, dead, lean, $20,000?
Rosa was one of the best characters in your play. Even the critics liked her.
I got your message. What's this about? Everything's running well in marketing. I have the highest confidence in you.
Well, you must know there are stories going around that you're selling the company.
Do you believe everything you hear in that rumor mill? I have everything under control.
Absolutely.
Are we done?
Mrs. B, I do hope to move up in this company. Is there anything I can do to help?
I said I've got it.
Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
So, you wanna be the boss? Would it make your dreams come true?
Yes, it would.
What if the business made a loss? What would the owners think of you?
Well,
Now be careful what you ask, and think hard before you speak, 'cause you will always have the task to meet the payroll every week.
I think I could do it.
Being the boss is not so easy. Feeling the heat can bring you pain. You've got to be right all of the time, and that can cause you strain.
One day I will need a successor, and when that happens, we can talk about it. But for right now, I need to make a phone call.
Okay, Mrs. B. I look forward to discussing this further.
Dad, can you read Stanley for me? I want to see if my idea for Battle of the Successor works.
Well, of course. You know, acting was my second love.
Yeah, I'm connecting the dots.
What is it this time? Not another complaint about the girls, I hope.
No, I thought we should talk about the state of the company's finances.
You're the controller. I trust you to do your job.
There are rumors circulating about you selling the business. If you are and not staying on, I'm the perfect successor to run the company.
So you want to be the boss? Would it make you feel real good?
Yes, it would.
You'll work 12 hours every day. Now I hope that's understood.
Well,
Then you'll have a lot of stress. Will you make your profit goal?
I know how to do it.
Lots of things you must address. And the pressure takes its toll.
Well, I handle that all the time.
When you're the boss, you must be perfect. Careful, and you must watch your back. You can't afford to make a mistake. Must always stay on track. Your performance has been great. I am very proud of you. Now if you play it with me straight, one day you may be a boss too.
Are we done?
Of course. But one more thing. I must warn you about Marion Kent.
Marion. What about her?
She's nosing about in departments that don't concern her.
Really? Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
You're welcome.
And Stanley, keep an eye on her for me.
Everyone, please stop what you are doing and look through your desks for Stanley's missing file. Someone is trying to sabotage me. Do you mind if I look on your desk?
Go ahead.
Why, here it is.
Well, I'll be damned.
You had it all the time.
Where the heck would I get it?
You did it on purpose. You took this file to get me in trouble with Stanley, and I wasn't going to mention anything, but I know that you have been calling and seeing my boyfriend on the side. And why did you call my uncle? What business do you have with him?
What is going on here? Have you both gone mad? Don't you realize that Miss Bowman can hear every word?
I don't care! She deliberately took that file, and she's having an affair with my boyfriend, and maybe my uncle as well.
I am not having an affair with Joe or your uncle, and I did not take that file.
Come on, ladies, these things happen. Things get misconstrued, files get mislaid.
Mislaid my eye. This file was found in today's work, in the batch that Stanley brought in a short while ago.
Stanley?
Who? Me?
Yes, you. You dumped all of this on my desk this morning. This file was in your office all the time.
How dare you accuse me of something like that? You better watch yourself, Mrs. Kent. I know you have ambitions to run this company, but I've got news for you, Missy. I have it on good authority that I will be Mrs. B's successor. Good. Stanley's a real jerk.
That's how you wrote him.
Well, I've got his number. Look, I admit I have met Joe a couple of times, but it isn't what you think. And your uncle is helping me understand a business I'm looking into. That's all. I can't tell you everything right now, but you'll know soon enough. But please, don't talk about this.
Peggy, we didn't finish our conversation yesterday. Now you have to tell me what's going on.
What do you mean?
I'd be happy to help if you want me to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me be your sister. Let me be your friend. You need someone on whom you can depend. Let me be your sister. Tell me how you feel. That's when the things that hurt you start to heal. I tell you this because I know how pointless life can seem. But you must never give up hope. You need to have a dream.
I want to be your sister. I want to be your friend. I need someone on whom I can depend. I want to be your sister, to tell you how I feel, so that the things that hurt me start to heal. I've always felt a lot for you since I first came along, but I still feel that I'm form who'll understand.
Then your future's brighter, your burden will seem lighter, your dreary world will glow like Wonderland.
Do you think when I tell Eric what the situation is, he'll marry me?
You mean he doesn't know? You need to tell him. Today.
May I please speak to Mr. Stevens? Hello, darling. I must see you. It's urgent. You're only a block away. Okay, this is not how I wanted to tell you, but we are going to have a baby. Of course, I'm not trying to con you. Me? What am I going to do? It's our child, Eric. What are we going to do?
Why, Harriet, what's the matter?
Peggy, she needs help in the bathroom. She's on the floor, the bottle of pills in her hands. She's unconscious. Maybe she's dead.
Kathy, get Dr. Peters on the 7th floor. We will get Peggy to the hospital.
Well, that works. Very true to my script.
I understand. Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Marion, what can be happening here? Files, Stanley, Mrs. B, the warehouse, the letters, the papers, the business. Peggy.
I really hope Peggy pulls through. How are you doing, Rosa?
Fine. How about you?
At home, my husband's a cad, but I have 2 children and I can't disrupt their lives. At work, though, I see a chance to do something, to change my circumstances.
I can understand that.
Mrs. B seems intent on selling the company, so there's a real chance we all lose our jobs.
That is terrible. You know, I belong to the union. Whoever moves into this place, I clean. I would really miss you.
You don't have to miss me, Rosa, or anyone else for that matter. You can help me. You're here when no one else is around. I'll gather information, examine all the plots. I'll put it all together, connect up all the dots. I'll need your help to do it, to comb the files for me, so we can save our jobs here and bury Mrs. B.
I'll do what you are asking, exactly what you say. I think so highly of you, would love to see you stay. I'll keep my eyes wide open and see what I can find to get what you are after, so we'll have peace of mind. We'll connect all the dots, then come up with a scheme. We'll surely make it happen, working as a team. We'll unscramble the eggs, we'll unravel the knots, then put it all together. We're connecting the dots.
I saw you watching Marion. It came as a surprise. You gave her your attention. A light shone in your eyes. At home, you never showed me that you had softer spots. It's coming into focus as I connect the dots. So engrossed in your work and your playwriting too. You were rarely ever home, so what was I to do?
My office was important, where I was at my best. My days were stimulating, my workers were impressed. They had compelling stories, I'd hear them every day, supplying me with juicy material for my play. I was a good provider, I worked right through my prime.
Yes, Dad, you gave us plenty of everything but time. So now with no commitments, you'll spend this time with me. We'll write the show together, lockstep in harmony. We're connecting the dots. We're bridging some of the gaps.
Still don't like the musical.
You might if the audience claps.
Perhaps.
Let's see
if this works. If the score is well done.
Dad, I'm way ahead of you. Stanley closes Act 1.
Having a rough day, Mr. Foster? Maybe you should lighten up.
I know how to lighten up, Harriet. I'll have you know I travel extensively. And with all I'm going through here, I wish I were somewhere else right now. Tahiti Beach, in Saint-Tropez, the place to go for a holiday. Head for the plage across the bay until you reach Tahiti Beach in Saint-Tropez. Tahiti Beach, you are so fine. Lays on the sand, sit down to dine. Salad niçoise, a glass of wine. A juicy peach, Tahiti Beach, you're mine, all mine. Orange umbrellas point up to the skies. Golden brown bodies, a feast for the eyes. The Mediterranean, a blue sky above. Soft samba music is swaying with love, with love.
Hello. Who are you?
I'm Theodore, the new temporary receptionist.
Well, that was fast.
So, is dancing an office tradition?
No, we don't know why we're doing this.
Tahiti Beach, for you I yearn. I had to leave, but I'll return. You have the style I want to learn. What you can teach Tahiti Beach, I will return. Kiss me, my darling, kiss me, so you won't miss me when I am gone. It's been such fun here in the sun, dear. I only hope this magic moment will go on. Tahiti Beach, for you I yearn. I had to leave, but I'll return. You have the style I want to learn. What you can teach Tahiti Beach, I will return. I want to learn what you can teach. Okay, that was fun. Tahiti Beach!
Shall we move on to Act 2?
Like cattle cars and crowded bars.
Must everybody rush? I really hate it.
How do I take this pace day after day? Why do I take this place and not run away?
What is this life about? I'll ask if I may.
And just where must I go to survive?
God, God. I love this city.
I hate the thugs here.
Love Park Avenue.
I hate the crime.
You can't compare
Your sleeve is tugged.
my penthouse there.
And you get mugged.
And you should see the
It
views.
happens all the time.
I really love it.
God.
I hate the streets
Station
there.
at peace.
God.
Drive like
Love
James.
my limousine. Drive through Times Square. The people stare. I know that I'm the queen. I really love it. Skyscraper buildings so raising my eyes. Lifting my spirits and reaching new heights.
What is this life
Like arms embracing and I realize there's nowhere I'd rather be. God, I love this town. It has possessed and all that jazz. Don't ever put it down.
Really love it.
I really love it.
Try to love it.
Of course I love it.
Yes, Mrs. Bowman? Okay, Mrs. Bowman. Thank you, Mrs. Bowman. Kitty. Harriet, is there a kitty here in the office?
I don't think so. Never has been. Kitty. Is Mrs. Bowman all right? Kitty. I have no idea.
Oh, that's me. But sometimes Mrs. Bowman forgets, calls me Kitty, Katie, or, makes my name shorter.
Kitty's really not that much shorter than Kathy. Kitty. Kathy.
People have called me everything but Theodore since I can remember. My secretarial school teacher called me Theo. Theo! I mean, I'm not a Theo. And then on my last temporary position, the boss there called me Ted. I mean, do I look like a Ted to you? Maybe Mrs. Bowman is just trying to make the workplace friendlier. So, in that spirit, why don't we all call me Teddy?
I am sure you are right, Teddy. Friendlier is just what we need around here right now. Tell Mrs. Bowman how wonderful she looks, dear. And don't forget, we're going to see Peggy at lunch today. Teddy, we are so grateful that you are here while our friend Peggy is recovering. If you need anything at all, you let me know.
Thanks, Harriet.
What does she mean they're going to see Peggy? How can you do this? Changing my story? Did you rewrite this for your own glory?
I'm trying to help you. It's not about me. You have to trust me. Please do not doubt me.
Please let Peggy live, not die.
In my script, Peggy dies in the office bathroom.
I think my version works better.
Your version? But that's not what happened. That's not the truth. My Peggy, she really did die.
What do you mean, your Peggy? Did someone you know kill themselves?
I am not talking to you about this.
But Dad! How do I get to know my father? How can that be arranged? His generation kept bad things concealed, and family secrets were not revealed. There was no gossip, their lips were sealed. He's got to realize that times have changed. Dad's play opened up a window to his soul. It's the key to understanding why he was so demanding and what drove him to achieve his cherished goal. He was hurt when his play got such poor reviews. Told me stay away from writing, but I plan to keep on fighting to get it to an audience who'll enthuse. Am I ready to forgive him for the times he would neglect me? Was he trying to shield me in order to protect me? Did he not want me to feel the pain that he went through? He ignored me could he have still adored me? I think that might be true. Up till now I never knew I could be free. I've always had the yearning, and now with Dad I'm learning to be the man who I aspire to be. On we'll go, we'll write this show, Dad and me.
My name is Susan Clay. I received a letter asking me to come in for an interview with Mrs. Bowman.
Is this in connection to the vacancy for clerical assistant?
Oh, yes, that's right.
I'll see if Mrs. Bowman can see you. Yes, Mrs. Bowman. There's a young lady here to see you about the job. Shall I send her in? Okay. You may go in now.
Did you see her shoes? And that pocketbook? I just can't see Mrs. B choosing her.
Why not? She chose you once, didn't she?
For heaven's sake, stop being so mean. I'm sure once she starts working, she'll be able to dress better.
Good morning, Mrs. Bowman.
What can I do for you? Please be brief. I'm extremely busy. I'm only seeing you at the request of Mr. Garcia.
Yes, I represent him, and I'm here to conclude the deal to buy your company.
His offer is ridiculous. He may be a business mogul, but he can't actually
Listen,
think that I would
if you
take...
don't go along with us, we'll be turning over a dossier of information we have to the IRS. Not only will you face huge penalties, you'll probably do jail time.
What in the hell are you talking about? Get out of here.
Not so fast, Mrs. Bowman. We have all the details of the cash you've skimmed for years and how you undervalued your inventory to avoid taxes. We know that you've now written up the inventory to falsify the profits for this year to get a higher price for the business when you sell.
But how could you have such information?
We have everything in black and white. You've been cooking the books.
Let me see what you've got. I don't believe this.
It's not so bad. You're going to get some money for your company. But to get that, Mr. Garcia requires that you make Marion Kent the company's president, replacing you, effective immediately.
Marion?
Yes, she was the person who reached out to Mr. Garcia to conclude this business deal. He trusts her to keep the company running, but Mrs. Kent asked that you be protected and paid something for the sale of the company.
But how can I trust that if I do the deal that you won't go to the IRS after?
That won't happen if you do what we've discussed. There's still honor among thieves. Pick up the phone, call Mr. Garcia, tell him we have a deal.
I understand.
Well, she was very nice. She said she'd let me know. Nice meeting you.
Yes, Mrs. B? Okay, thank you, Mrs. Bowman. Mrs. Bowman just called a staff meeting.
Everyone, and you too, Stanley, I have an announcement. I've decided to sell the firm. Calm down. Your jobs are safe. The firm will remain in place, and Marion will take over as president. I have highest confidence in her ability to run the company. Congratulations. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Okay, everyone. Well, Mrs. B only told me a couple of weeks ago that she was planning to sell. The most suitable offer came from a conglomerate in New Jersey.
My uncle!
But they have no expertise in the field. So, as Mrs. B wants to get on with her life and devote her time to charities and travel, she recommended I take charge.
But why didn't you tell us? We were all so worried.
I'm so sorry, but I was sworn to secrecy. By the way, Teddy, I'm very happy with your work. Starting tomorrow, you're permanent.
What a day! Let's go for drinks. How about McCain?
I'm sorry, girls. And Teddy, I have to help Charlene, Mrs. Bowman, get her personal stuff together.
I'll actually be needing all of you, except you, Stanley. As my first official act as president of Holmes and Bowman, you're fired.
You can't do that. I quit.
Bravo, Marion! Am I glad to see the back of him?
I've got some great news. I've been promoted, and I will be supervising all the cleaners in the building. So I'll still be seeing you from time to time.
That's wonderful.
Let's go for that drink.
Well, Harriet, I guess I do owe you a full explanation. I gathered information, came up with lots of plots. I put it all together, connected up the dots. Joe helped me understand it. He analyzed the facts. I needed an accountant, but not for carnal acts. I met Joe at our party, got him to join my team. We had to keep it secret and not leak out our scheme. Our Rosa played her part too. She searched the trash for me, found papers that were useful to bury Mrs. B. I connected the dots, figured out what to do, reached out to some smart people, all of whom came through. I unscrambled the eggs, then untied all the nuts. I put it all together, I connected the dots. Your uncle was our savior, a rough, tough businessman. He was the perfect vehicle to execute my plan. When Mrs. B resisted, he sent in Susan Clay. She is his partner's daughter and blew Mrs. B away. That proved they had the data that put her under stress. I knew that she would cave in cause she fears the IRS. She knew that she was beaten and had so much to lose. She took what she was offered, a deal she could not refuse. I worked out what to do.
Now I see that I was wrong.
And I filled in the blanks.
Joe has loved me all along.
Joe and Rosa really do deserve our thanks.
You made it all happen. You untied all the knots. We put it all together. We connected the dots.
I've had a rough life, I've had a tough life, and there were times I yelled out, that's enough life, and I've seen all my dreams go to pot, but it's the only life I've got. I have ambitions, I've made decisions, to become a success. I have visions. I don't care if I'm told I cannot. This is the only life I've got. I went to school and struggled hard. I worked 2 jobs and juggled hard, and then I went and married far too young. My husband was a loser too, and turns out an abuser too. It's not surprising I am highly strung. Know what I would do, told what I should do. And when I stopped to think what else I could do, the alternatives don't seem too hard. This is the only life I've got.
Marion,
David, I thought about you constantly.
I have too. About you.
It's the only life. Sometimes a lonely life, but it's the only life I've got.
I got encouragement from her that I didn't get at home. But I always loved your mother. And you.
I knew she was real.
So, have you come up with a title for our musical? Why not just call it My Father's Play?
I'll think about that.
Well, whatever you decide. I'm proud of you, Numbskull. All the world's a stage, and all the people in it are the actors.
Again with the Shakespeare.
They enter and they exit and quote the lines that they've been taught to say. And each man in his lifetime can play so many parts. I spent my years in commerce and the arts. But first I was an infant, then a child, a schoolboy, then a college running wild. I played the role of friend and loving husband with a family of 3 who meant everything to me. Hey. We're a couple of Renaissance men, always creative since heaven knows when.
We'll be gone, forgotten, and never heard of again.
What a horrible, horrible, horrible thought. After 3 generations, nobody will care what we were doing and not be aware that we existed unless we leave something to share. I wrote a play about women at work and everything that it entailed.
Then I turned it into a musical show, 'cause your unappreciated play failed.
Failed? What do you mean? I never failed. Yes, we're a couple of Renaissance men doing our very own thing.
We'll emulate the Gershwins, Rodgers and Hammerstein, David Cole Porter, and even Stephen Sondheim.
Hold on, Hammerstein and Sondheim don't really rhyme.
Now you're thinking like a lyricist.
Yes, a couple of Renaissance men. This kid didn't know what he was doing.
My dad didn't know what he had done,
but I went along and humored him. After all, we're father and son. We're not run-of-the-mill, nor over the hill. We're a couple of Renaissance men.
Hey, Dad! I got the title number. I got it. Dad. Dad.
All women must work. Yes, women must work. They have to be smart and have some heart to be more than a clerk. So women must work. All women must work. To get to the top, they just can't stop, and they're driven berserk. They slave, and even though they do their jobs with feeling, review time comes and then they hit that clear glass ceiling. Women must work. Yes, women must work. They're looked at as second class and never get seen for their work. Our famous sages say the hand that rocks the cradle rules the earth. Yes, women must work and pull and push and shove, maintain the home and make mad love, bring up the kids, not flip their lids. Yes, women must work. Yes, women must work.